So this story about the frog in the boiling water.
Yeah.
So if you place a frog in a pot of extreme boiling water, the frog will jump out. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
but a frog is also a cold-blooded animal, and it has the ability to adapt to its surroundings.
Yeah.
So if you place the same frog in a pot of regular temperatured water, and then you slowly and gradually start increasing the temperature, the frog will keep adapting to its environment, that's the changing temperature, and would stay in the pot even to a point when the temperature reaches extremely dangerous levels.
Yeah. Yeah. And then hopefully that frog will become a frog soup for somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my take on this story is it's largely apocryphal. Okay. Uh, if you ask me, if you were to put a real frog in a pot and let that water boil, the chances are that the frog is going to jump out from there. It's not as stupid as a human being. But I do believe that the story actually tells us something about the human condition. It's a metaphor. So, to my mind, the frogs in that story is all human beings, you and me, normal people. The water at room temperature represents the environment in which we are living when it is in a state of harmony.
Yeah.
Water which is made to boil is the environment which is disturbed. The harmony of this environment is disturbed. And how does this harmony get disturbed? Very often, there will be some mischief maker over there. There's going to be someone outside over there who's going to increase the temperature of the water. And because this
Yeah.
person does not like a live frog, this person likes a frog soup. So would want to change that, the equilibrium of that water. So, if you look at this, if you look at a real life example of this, very recently, the founder of a very, very famous Indian company, IT company, founder of that company made a statement that all Indians should work for 60 hours a week post COVID for the next 3 years to make the Indian economy competitive again. Now, I see this statement as a very strange statement because if you do a simple calculation, if we talk of 60 hours a week, we are saying 12 hours a day on an average. Add to that the 3 hours of commuting in large cities like Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai. Uh, Add to that 2 to 3 hours which an individual would require for their daily, personal time. That leaves
Yeah.
a individual with just 6 hours a day for sleep. Now, what I'm referring to here, the equilibrium which is being disturbed is the equilibrium of sleep, because a healthy human being requires at least 8 hours of sleep at night, and then you have got somebody over here, who's externally making changes in that particular environment, and most of us, like frogs, are caught trapped, unawares in that changing environment. So yes, I think it's a very real story in that sense. Yeah, very frightening at one level.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And it's been pretty crazy, with the recent times and the corporate culture and all these things, especially the BPO culture. Um, I I look at the story from the point of view of a student. So if I look at the story, the student would be the frog,
Yeah,
right? The pot would be the education system,
yeah,
and the people increasing the temperature would be just the society and even parental pressure for that
yeah,
matter.
yeah, yeah,
And it's just gone to crazy levels. It's increased so much over the recent past. Like I remember my sister cleared 10th standard in 2005. I cleared in 2010, and cut to 2019 where I'm watching this interview of this kid who's a topper in the 10th standard. So this guy has scored some, I don't know how many marks there are exactly, but if there are 500 marks, this dude has scored like 497.
yeah.
Okay, level ka banda, basically.
That's
And
99%. Yeah,
99%
yeah,
practically, yeah.
yeah.
So so there's this reporter who'd gone to the kid's house, and the kid's family was standing there, and she asked the father that your son has scored 149 out of 150, let's say, in maths. How do you
Hmm.
feel? And the father said, I feel like he could have done better.
Oh,
And
it's so
I was
unfortunate.
stunned. Like when I cleared I cleared my 10th in 2010. My parents were happy that I cleared my 10th in 2010. They were just happy.
Yeah.
It it's increased so much, and the worst part of this interview is that after speaking to the dad, the reporter went over to the kid, and she actually used this language that आपको 500 में से 497 जो भी है मिला, तो क्या आपको 3 marks खोने का गम है? And then the kid said, हाँ obviously गम तो होगा ही.
Don't tell
I'm
me.
like, why are you sad about this? Like, there's so many better things to be sad about in life.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
and I feel like the actual boiling point, right, the tipping point in the story comes at a later point in time, because you score 98 in 10th, you score 99 in 12th, let's say. But after that, if you join a professional course like maybe CA or CS, you're not going to be able to score 98%.
Yeah.
You join a company, you're not going to be able to function at 98% productivity.
Yeah.
You want to take care of your health, family, you want to take care of your relationships, you will never be able to function at 98%.
Yeah.
And just the setting of this crazy expectation so
Yes.
early in life and then not being able to achieve it
Absolutely.
will lead to multiple issues, multiple emotional issues, behavioral issues, and I mean, you're 15 or 16, I think, when you clear your 10th standard exam.
Yeah.
Like, you're still a kid, you're not even an adult. So
Yeah.
it's the responsibility of the parents, it's the responsibility of the society in general to stop this nonsense. You know what I mean?
Agree. I agree. But all said and done, corporates, society will continue to put these pressures, right? And there's this term called creeping normalcy, right? So this normalcy keeps on changing. The people who are changing this temperature, they're continuously changing this normalcy, and in a very creeping. That means in a very imperceptible way. And I think the important thing for you and me, and all other frogs in this particular system, is to have our sensors in place and try to figure out, when the temperature is really becoming so very hot and it's becoming uncomfortable. I think the best thing at that point would be to emulate a real frog and just jump out of that pot.
I agree, completely agree. So how much did you score in your 10th? Okay, let's not go there.